All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg, and welcome to episode 85 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. The only podcast that's giving it to you every way you want, need, and could ever ask for. Adding spice to your life, baby. With me today is my co-host
Ooh,
Diva
Spice Girls.
XO.
What it is, little dummies?
We're not the Spice Girls. Our symbol is a can of seasoning, bro. What the fuck?
You just said giving it to you how you like. You said something
How
else
you
with
want
Spice
it, how
Girls,
you
bro.
need it, and adding all that spice to your life. Come on, man.
Anyway, what it is, little dummies?
Whatever. But we're back with another episode. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've recorded, but even more weeks since you've gotten an episode. However, where's my shoe? However, that's because life been lifing these past couple weeks.
It really has.
As y'all know, previously I'd gotten my car was in an accident. I was in the accident, but my car got hit by what I presume to be a drunk driver, and been sorting through that and just trying to get all this wedding stuff done because T minus 21 days till the OMG wedding. So it's been real stressful. So if episodes aren't coming out how they should, sorry about that, but it's been a lot on everybody. Well, we're back to give you another episode right now. Episode 85 is kind of just going to be a little bit of news.
Yeah.
I have forgotten to write so much news down this week, but I know a lot of news stories that's come up. I know a lot. Trust me. But how's your week been, Diva? How'd your past 2 weeks been? I think it's been two-ish weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. So yeah, we recorded before I went to Disney, so we back up those 2 weeks. Me and Chris went to Disney World. It's really like 3 weekends, but it's only been 2 weeks, we swear. We went to Disney, went to Magic. We had a fabulous time. I'm gonna have to give the TikTokers their credit. Go in, go left, don't go right.
Why?
On a Saturday at Rope Drop, and we didn't wait in any lines more than 20 minutes. So we went to the left. So we did Pirates of the Caribbean, then Jungle Cruise, then
Is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
depends on the person. I'm saying I say Pirates of the Caribbean, but like if I'm talking about the Caribbean,
I distinctly remember the commercial where they said that for the first time, and I was like, "What the fuck? That don't sound right."
well, I don't know. So then we did Thunder Mountain, and then we saw the parade, and we watched the parade from the back of the park instead of in the front by the castle. Then we went to Haunted Mansion, and then after Haunted Mansion, we went to the Fillmore, and then we left Magic, and yeah,
What the fuck was that?
I didn't get it.
I saw it. Slow down. Your camera's really stuttery, but I don't know. What I think I saw it kind of fly in from the left.
Yes.
You gotta do better.
I'll try better next time. Anyway, then we went to Animal Kingdom. We caught the bus to Animal Kingdom. Oh, dinosaur and what's that right? The Yeti. That's not what it's called. Expedition Everest. We wrote that. And the safari. And we didn't do Pandora because it had a short wait and then it like shot up. So we were like, okay, well, back to Magic, where we wrote Tron. And then after we wrote Tron and for the first time, then we went and rode Space Mountain. And Space Mountain had such a short line that like we walked up to the front twice because we walked up once and we forgot to like film and like take pictures so we can make TikToks and whatnot. So we did it again. And we just walked up, then we got a great space and we watched the fireworks and then we rode Seven Dwarfs. We rode Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and then after that we left and we headed home because the park closed at 11 p.m. And I got new ears, and these are my newest ears. These are ears number 20, and they're so mean because it's Simba and Nala looking at each other, very like Lion King. I saw these when we first entered the park, and I was like, I gotta have them. Then I saw this other pair, and I was like, I want those too. I made a decision. And the weekend after that, we went to the beach. which was great. We had a nice weekend at the beach. And then I was home last weekend
You ever
for
get that sub?
I didn't. I didn't get my sub, but I'm okay. Um Before I get to I will give the short clean version of, believe it or not. I'm gonna give the clean version because it ain't my business to tell.
I know all of it.
Yeah, but the world doesn't need to know all of it.
You tell every other thing on here, which is hilarious.
But it's not all my business. Like
Tell the
usually
business
if I'm
that was
telling-
yours.
Only right. When I tell it, I'm gonna give my business, which was the clean version. So haha.
If you want to say that.
I was a good girl, actually. So I didn't do anything. But work has been cool, real quiet, chill. I want to thank Richie for like pulling me up. Like he's been getting a lot of opportunities to do some stuff that. No offense, Richie, I'm better than him at. And like when they ask, like, oh, because it's just a lot of work, not because he's doing bad, but he just needs more help with all the workload. He's like, he was like, oh, Benta, she taught me. Like she's really good at this. I know she likes to do it. And they're like, oh yeah, she said she wanted to do it during her interview. Yeah, we'll get her right on. And now I'm doing more fun stuff at work. So shout out to him for looking out. And just look out for people at work that you know do good work. They're saying that they need more help, and you know this person can do it. Especially if they're one of us, do it. Yeah, I said it.
Well,
I said it.
Racist. So,
I can't be racist. I don't have the power.
Sure you do. You have black power.
I'm prejudiced, not racist.
Black power. See? It's very powerful. You want to talk about your weekend home?
Yes. So, Jordan's, some of you may know, I am Jordan's, Greg's fiance, maid of honor. So, her bachelorette party / bridal shower was this weekend. We went to brunch. Brunch was great. We had a phenomenal waitress who was also a soror. She really looked out. She took care of us. We played some fun games. Everybody had a little mimosa to kick them off. And then we got to the hotel where we had strippers. Chris made hunch punch, which... Okay, let me tell you about the hunch punch.
Can we really call it hunch punch if nobody hunched? Can we call it Earl Ale? Because y'all all definitely threw up.
I didn't throw up.
Joy was like, I only threw up 4 times when I saw it the next one. I'm like, what the fuck? That's something to be proud of?
4 times. Nah.
You can't get too loud. Your camera's special. It don't listen.
You can't include. You didn't include the 2 times the night before.
6 times.
I got that. But Chris made hunch punch, and like it was like over $100 of alcohol in this hunch punch. We're talking rums. We're talking tequila. We're talking hypnotic. Like it was shit. Like everything you can think of was in this hunch punch. And then what people were doing, because it tastes like juice, they were taking the liquor that they brought. The theme was drunken love. So like whatever match. So we did Crown Royal Green Apple. And I had on green and brown and chocolatey like the liquor. It was super cute. And so like another one she had the black Darien bottle, so she had on like all black with like silver accents. It was like stuff like that. Everybody was super cute. But they were taking the liquor they brought in the hunch punch, or like using the hunch punch as a chaser to their shots. So we was drunk. It was bad. We were drunk, but we had a great time. The stripper was phenomenal. Yes, we had to, but I killed it. Yes.
You just moved your camera like crazy.
I did. Huh? Thank you, baby. Wow.
That's dirty.
That was gross. Babe, can you get my Dr. Pepper, please? So like everybody was really drunk, but the stripper was phenomenal. Shout out to Zodiac.
What about the other one?
He was old. That's the best descriptor I got. I mean, he did good, Like he laid Chris down. Had a great time with that. I don't know if they did, but I had fun. Um, and licked on their pum pum a little bit, but you know, licked on by a stripper.
So I wanted to say, it was told to me through several sources, and I guess it's now confirmed in a way that, and this is not my quote, but I think I might agree with it. Women don't know measurement, apparently.
Why say that?
Cause none of y'all could agree on the length of the stripper's penis, and when I say none of them could agree, I mean someone said 8, someone said 9, someone said 11. Those are 3 completely different numbers.
Okay, I can fix that for you. First of all, we're all talking.
I just thought that was funny.
We're talking about the second stripper. First of all, only 3 people there saw the full penis. And you only can take their
a cocksock don't add 2 inches of penis.
So he binds it.
It don't add 2 inches of penis. If that was the key, you know how many people just walk around with cocksocks and cock rings?
He has to keep it hard.
Do you know how many people would walk around with cocksocks and cock rings? We lie to you motherfuckers.
He has to keep
like,
it hard.
And
he has it like wrapped and binded. And I saw it unwrapped and unbinded. And I say it was what it was. It was a big penis.
But that's my point. Whatever.
Nobody disagreed that it was a big penis. We just don't know how big.
Every man keeps a tape measure on him at all times.
Why do you have a tape measure?
I have a lot of stuff in my desk. I have a phone.
Funny?
I got dice. I got batteries.
So, what was that? So like we had something to measure it. We just so happened. I'm gonna get to that part of the story to have our dick with us.
Wait, why? Weren't y'all all like staying in the same room?
We were gonna fuck at your house.
Why? You were here for 1 day.
So we enjoy having sex with each other. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in your brother's house. Crazy.
Well, I learned a lot about my brother's penis.
That didn't need to without context, that sounds insane. Because I was not there. I just heard about the night.
Yeah, Jordan very, very much working because Jordan very, very much.
Every time you say Jordan very, very much, you skip, so no one heard what you said.
Oh, wanted to hunch, and the hunch wasn't there. Jordan was like, why didn't we just have the bachelorette party and the bachelor party in the same hotel? That way, pussy, and I could see dick, and then then Greg could have titties and pussy, and I could have dick. Literally, her words verbatim.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because y'all would try to come over and be like, I'm trying to see what the stripper's doing. But no man's coming over and be like, yo, I'm trying to see what that floppy dick is like.
And it flops. It goes...
Oh my goodness.
It was, but so on the flight back, as many of you may know, my partner is terrified of flying.
Are they terrified of flying or are they terrified of dying during a flight?
I really think it may be more surviving.
You're not gonna aim head first, ruin somebody's day. That's my plan. Plane ever break apart, I'm not gonna be like, all right, I'll ball up at the last second and try and save myself. No, I'm finding the nearest car. And I'm going head first in that. It's gonna be a crazy story for you. Your insurance isn't gonna believe it. You gotta send someone a picture of that shit. So that's gonna be crazy. Like someone just crashed into your car head first. Yes. Can you send us pictures? Sure. Like that's gonna be crazy. That's crazy day for everyone.
You're ruining a couple people's day.
Oh, so many people's day is getting ruined.
So many people.
The ambulance, the coroner, whoever's car it is, the insurance guy, the appraiser. They're going to be looking at that car like, look, it's totaled, bro. Oh, you got it. It's good, ain't it?
So fucking good.
Don't it taste just like strawberry shortcake?
Yes. It does. It tastes just like a strawberry, like the strawberry shortcake ice cream.
Ice
It tastes
cream,
just like.
but it's like a beverage, so that should be
Oh my
hidden.
God. I couldn't stop drinking it last time we got one. I just kept.
That's what happened the first time I had. I said, "Oh shit, this is good as fuck." Now, whenever I see it, I buy one because I don't know how long they're gonna be there. So I'm like, I have to have it every time now.
Yeah, yeah. Chris went to the store and they went grocery shopping. And I was like, "Can you see if Walmart got the Dr Pepper? Get the Dr Pepper." And like they knew, of course, what I was talking about.
Bro, yes, that Dr Pepper's fire. Fucking fire.
So fire. So, shout out to the flight attendant. She was really sweet. She sat and talked with Chris and like just explained some stuff and made them a lot more comfortable about flying. So when we came back, we go through TSA, and Chris's bag gets pulled, and we're like, what the, like I'm first thing in their bag from the night before. Like we just must have just threw it in there when we were packing up from the hotel room and not noticed. I was like, I don't remember. Like, I remember putting all the liquor in the box to give to Jordan. I was like, what's in there? And the lady, she pulled out the toiletry case. She threw that to the side quick. I was like, babe, it's the, and is it what I think it is to the lady? And she goes, yup. Chris like, you can pull it out if you want. And the lady's like, no, thank you. Here's your bag. Have a nice flight.
It's that grip stickity.
Yeah. So, our dick got us pulled, bag pulled. So now we know, like next time we fly, either we need to put it under the plane or plan extra time just in case TSA pulls our bags.
Yeah, it's a weapon of mass destruction. You got to be careful with that, kid.
Yeah, it's a big one. That was my week. I'm seeing everybody. I got to see my little brother. I made him and Jordan play games for the party so I could get the answers. Those recorded it and like put it on the podcast page. That could have been a chop it up episode.
It still could. That's hilarious. If you find other questions.
Yeah, I have the.
I would willingly do that. Oh, my brain just popped. Oh fuck, I'm old.
What else? Yeah, and I just had a great time. Jordan had a great time. All the girls. We really enjoyed ourselves. We got Jordan twerk on everyone. Everyone got a lap dance from Jordan. Jordan called Greg crying. That was fun.
That almost ruined my fucking night. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, we had it. She just needed to talk to you.
Bro, I didn't know what she was calling for. And getting a call at 11 p.m. when you know your fiance is with strippers is not what you want.
Well, she was more so worried about you dying.
I don't know why. I was at my dad's house, so I'm like, what the fuck?
She was like, she was like, that did not comfort me at all. I don't know why y'all thought,
I don't know why she has this idea that, like, my friends and my father are so dangerous that I would, like, die when I'm hanging out with them. Like, we went to Atlantic City and did we didn't do anything dangerous, to be honest. Like, we didn't, like, say, fuck a cop. We didn't, like, pull up at some random spot. We weren't walking around that late at night, but, like, it was, like... We weren't in a dangerous area, so, like, we were still either on the strip or by the hotels. Like, and we would be walking to get to our car, which was, like, 3 blocks down to the parking lot. That's only $10. So, like, it is a group of, like, 9 of us. So, like, at the end of the day, we didn't do anything fucking dangerous. Like, right. We were chilling the whole time.
We were. Chris made friends with the stripper, of course. And so
didn't they say they're coming down for her birthday?
So, yeah.
Wait, why does Chris want male strippers?
Because I like male strippers. And I like female strippers. I like all strippers.
Are you sure that Chris just doesn't like some penises? Just a little bit?
You know, I don't know. Because, like, I feel like Chris likes penis. I'm saying it loud enough so they can hear me. I feel like Chris likes penis.
Maybe she just doesn't like men.
Why else would they book a male stripper for my birthday that they'll be present at?
Everybody likes a little... Not everybody. A lot of people like a little floppy dick every now and again.
Floppy. It's my floppy dick.
That's your floppy dick?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, rest of the night?
Well, so my weekend, or my last couple weekends have been stress at work, trying to figure out shit and not get yelled at, and trying not to have the blame put on me for shit that's not my fault. Reorganizing things based off of other shit that's going on. And then the biggest, funnest, lastest thing, whew, excuse me, had to yawn there, was the bachelor party that I had, my second one. So Joy's mad that I had 2 bachelor parties, but she had a bridal shower and a bachelorette party. I just didn't have a groom shower, which all of my friends agreed that they would bully me about if I were to ever do. So therefore, we had a lot of fun. It was one my dad wanted to throw me. He was like, he says this, but it's kind of funny because it's not true, but it is true. Like, yo, you're my only son. I want to throw you a bachelor party, and your cousins want to come too. I'm like, I'm not your only son, but I understand I'm the only son you raised. That's not a shade to him. One of his kids was, mom just kept him away. Basically, the stereotypical, I'm a lion, say your dad ain't shit, but I'm never gonna let you see him until you're old enough. And then by the time he was old enough to meet him, he didn't get his way. It's a long story, but
yeah.
But he was like, yeah, you're my only son. I really want to throw this for you. I was like, sure, why not? Let's do it. So I told him my rules, of course. And he kept to them. My shit stays in my pants. I don't want strippers. Blah blah blah. I want strippers, but I don't want the strippers doing too fucking much. Let's keep it remotely tame, because I know him, and I know he will have Circus Soleil in that bitch if he so pleases. So I was like, let's keep it like. Let's not do a 9. Let's do like a solid 8. And I definitely got like an 8.5. I'm okay with that. Shit was wild. Shit was fun. Everybody had a good time. I got to see a couple people I haven't seen in a while, like old swim mates. My shit wasn't. They definitely had a crazier time than us, right? They definitely had a crazier time. Like, nah, like y'all had a crazier time from what I hear. Like, my shit was not nearly as crazy.
I think y'all was up there with us. I think
we weren't low. Like, I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun. Like, we all enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time. But if y'all were like at, from what I hear, like a 8, a 7, 8, we were at like a 6, 7. We were about a level below y'all. It could have got wild like that real quick, but it just didn't. It was pretty tame. It was a bunch of newer people. Like, usually his dad, it's the cousins, it's his dad's friends, his friends of friends just in there who have all been to some of his parties, so they know how they're gonna act. This time it was like a few cousins and mostly of my friends.
Okay.
So it was people who hadn't been there before, didn't know the decorum, didn't know how it rolled. I had to, like, a lot of the time. So the chick, her name Justice After Dark, look up on Instagram. She got the strippers. They do crazy shit. But she was like, you groom? I met her before. She was just messing with me. She's like, you the groom? Yeah. All right, you gonna sit in this chair. I bet not see you get up. I'm like, bet. I only had $20 of ones with me, and I had to break big bills. So I was like, oh, after the first 2 came out, I spread the $20 out over 2 strippers, 10 each. I was smart. I was strategic with this money. Strategic. Bro, I'm like, all right, let me go get 40 more. Now that more ones have been thrown out, we can recycle the ones. They give the strippers the big bills, bring the ones back out. We're recycling, Reduce, reuse, recycle. I get up. They're like, yo, Justice looking for you. I'm like, yo, I've been up for 2 seconds. And then she takes someone's belt and starts beating me. I'm like, goddamn. I'm like, you better stop before I enjoy it. And she's like, shut up and sit down. I'm like, man, I just want some ones. So, shit like that. It was funny, but it was like tame. It was mad chill. Like, I had a good time. I had a 40-minute conversation with one of the strippers before they danced.
Wow.
Yeah, like they were getting ready, and her set wasn't until towards the end, so she was outside smoking, getting the mental right, smoking, drinking a little something. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking with Uncle Danny. He's just like, "Yeah, you sure you ready?" and all that. Not like questioning if I should be, like, you excited. I'm like, yeah, and I'm telling him how I knew. He's like, that's exactly how it should be. Like, and make sure you keep up stuff. Just give me male advice. And I didn't even notice she was sitting there on the steps. It's like, you sound like you got a really good head on your shoulders. I love to hear that, and communication, blah blah blah. Really dope chick. And she gave me a hug. She went in. She got dressed. I didn't even know she was one of the strippers. I thought she was one of the helpers. And then, yeah, she came dance later. And then, because I had a conversation with her, she's dancing on me. And I'm, like, towards the end, and I'm, like, just having a conversation with her. Like, yeah, da-da-da-da. And I, like, see some of my friends got too much money in their hand. I want these people getting paid. I'm like, look, see them over there? They got too much money. They green. Go ahead and show them a good time. She's like, I got you, fam. And then she danced on Paul. And I was like, yeah! Because Paul, his face was hilarious. Like, it was one of those you had to see it faces. Because I don't think he's ever been to a strip club where he was getting danced on and shit. Like, he might have been, but he's never been at a dad event.
Yeah.
So he was like, ooh. Shit was
Because
funny.
I was telling one of my friends here about like the weekend, and she was like, "I thought strippers had lines. I thought there's a line they don't cross." I said, "Not these strippers. These strippers, there's no line. There's no lines. They just jump it."
It depends. It depends on where you are. So like the strip club in Atlanta or Atlantic City, right? They were like, yeah, the rule. They didn't tell us the rules until we were on our last set. They were like, basically, no fingers and holes. And I was like, first question that popped in my head, just fingers? Because there's a lot of things that can go in holes. Second question.
Great question.
Second question was, why didn't y'all tell us that? Like, the rules were not posted. And, like, one was telling Twan stuff, and, like, he could do stuff, and another, Prince accidentally slapped a chick in the titty. That was funny. And she got mad at him.
You just slapping tits?
No, it was an accident. So, like, he had his money here. He was getting danced on by one girl, and she was moving. And he was, like, getting his money together, like, checking his pocket. And he, like, came out of his pocket a little hard, and she was going over him to another person, and he just went, whack! And she was like, don't do that. And he was like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, ah! Because Prince got long-ass arms, so I'm sitting next to Prince. She's going over me and going to the next guy. And then he just, whack! And she's like, don't do that shit. And I'm just like, ha! Shit was funny. But yeah, no, we had a great time. You know, no one was mad at us there. We threw, I think, a decent amount of money. I drank a lot. I drank a lot of Hennessy that night. And I've learned that pure white Hennessy is not that bad. But Hennessy is terrible.
So good.
Huh?
Pure white Hennessy is so good.
It just goes down a lot better than Hennessy. Hennessy feels too, like, thick and syrupy. Versus pure white just feel like liquor.
That's why I like Douce more. It's smoother. It's not as like thick as Hennessy.
So my dean, he came by. He brought he bought a thing of Hennessy. We took shots out of that. Took about 3 shots of that and had a mixed drink. I bought some Cutwaters. Drank one of them. Drank 2 Angry Orchards. I wasn't like y'all. I drank a couple shots and a couple things to just keep me at a steady level. And then when people started leaving, that's when it started kicking in. I ended up having another Angry Orchard. And then I was like, yo, Paul, I don't have a car. Can you take me home? And on his way home, he just took me home. So, and we had a nice little conversation. And then my mom was like, so many people at this house drunk. I'm like, Ma, everybody was good. Everybody was in driving condition, at the very least.
Everybody was not in driving condition. Sequoia, who else was lit? Me, Chris, Carly, Jordan. Well,
I heard about Carly, goddammit. I heard about her.
Carly was funny. So
They'll say he smelled like beignet.
Yo.
I wonder if that hurt his feelings.
I don't know. He did fine. He did fine. He did.
I don't think Killian agrees that he did fine. He said, "Stop the cap."
No. Chris keep bothering me.
But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. We had a good time. That's all it really was. And then now there's this week where finally getting back to work. I've been getting a couple small wins here and there. If tomorrow goes well, it'll be a fucking enormous win. Please go well. However, I've been taking so many L's too. Finally heard back from the insurance company about my car. Bro, this man said, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're checking this thing out. This is the first call I got at like 8 a.m. today. Dude was like, yeah, we got in the car. We're doing the appraisal today to see how much damage it is. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking at it. It don't look too good. I'm like, rough estimate. What are you thinking so far? He said, just looking at the damages from the outside, we're thinking it might be 16 to 20K in damages. That's a ballpark estimate. I said, oh, fuck. Homie, I get a call at 2 p.m. from Geico now. It says Geico. Call ID says Geico. I'm like, that was fast. They told me this would take 2-3 business days. I should have known that this was not good news. This nigga says on the phone, he's like, yeah. So after taking off just a little bit of stuff and just looking at the external damages and what they'd have to order to fix them properly, they estimated without taking the car apart, because they were like, we could take a trunk apart and see everything that is damaged. They estimated $22,200. I said, wait, what? He said, yeah, we're going to total it. I was like, can you give me some of the stuff just so I know where this money came from? Homie said, well, the wire harness in your trunk is completely destroyed and ripped out. That's $4,000. He was like, the framing for your car on one of the side panels got completely fucked, along with the back inner panel. He was like, that's gonna be another $10,000 because you gotta buy a kit to replace all of it. And he's like, after that, we kind of just added up stuff like your exhaust is dented and fucked up and hidden, your rear bumper, your camera, your sensors, the top of the trunk, as well as any other external bumper plates. Yeah, we just said that's about already 14-ish grand, and then we didn't even feel like taking it apart and just did the basic add up of the. I was like, God damn. I was like, well, they're like, well, yeah, we're gonna give you XYZ amount for your car, and in giving you that, you can go pay for this and do this. But the sucky thing is, because I had a Camaro first, I'm still at a net negative. But now I'm looking into it, and they're like, yeah, also, you have until the 9th to get a car, because that's when your rental ends. I said, wait, what? Today's the 4th. He's like, yeah, you got 5 days. Yeah. And he's like, you should fill out that paperwork as soon as possible so we can help you. I'm like, fuck! So I'm processing all this information on my drive home, like, fuck! Tried to call them and see if they can give me any more money, and they're like, well, do you have an issue with what your car appraised for? Like, in terms of, like, the price they were giving me. I was like, no, that's fine. It appraised for more than I thought it would. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. I'm trying to see if I can get some more money for the days I missed of work. And they're like, no, we can't help you there. I'm like, fuck. And I called a couple other people to see if they could help me. They couldn't. So, sadly, I still had a net negative, but I think I should still be able to get a car. I think.
Yeah, even if you do it backwards and you just like pay for the car with the cash they give you and then just keep your old car, it's the same.
It's really funny. I actually might be able to do that.
Yeah. I just thought about that.
Because then I would pay it outright but still have a car payment. No, I don't want to do that. I'd rather not do that. I'm thinking about it. It's actually cheaper. Monetarily speaking, it's cheaper if I paid off the loan than got a new car.
That's if you get the credit. And you did just buy a house.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if you know this, but you actually have 3 different types of insurance, 3 different types of credit.
What? Tell me more.
Are you being sarcastic? You knew this. Your camera's freezing like a motherfucker.
Sorry, I was being surprised for the
Did you know this already?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier.
All right. Oh, did you know it before then?
Oh, but that doesn't.
All right, that's what I mean. What I'm saying is, so you have roughly three different types of credit. Your regular credit score, that's your overall. That's more of an average, right? And that's usually going to be on the lower end. But then you also have like home credit score and a car credit score that you'll never see. Only people that see that are the dealerships. Now, basically, those are based solely off of how well you pay these things back. So, like, my home credit score, amazing. My car credit score, amazing. My credit score with cards and shit, we gonna work on that. We getting there. But
you had a lot to pay for recently, so they probably just have a lot of use on them. And once you pay them down,
but that's the point. They're gonna. So you actually get a letter when you do this, explaining your situation. It's like an explanation of the payout or some shit, and it basically explains like this person was in an accident for a total loss of this much. They are doing this when they are applying for this loan, and then they look at my loan history for my car and see that this man hasn't missed a payment. Right. So that means they're more willing to give me that loan, period, point blank. Yeah. No matter what my overall credit score is, they're like, looking at his history, for the past 2 cars he's had in 3-4 years, he's paid everything to date. He doesn't have an issue. So I might not get the best interest rate, but something could be worked out, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I might upgrade. I'm thinking about upgrading now, because y'all mentioned it, and I was like, that
it's
sounds...
the final countdown. Because
you're a neurodivergent ass household. But yeah, that's been my past 2 weeks, and now I'm just hoping that tomorrow is I feel like whenever I get really bad news, I get something that kind of flips it. or like balances it out. But I'm hoping that tomorrow will be my balancing day. That kind of just, you know,
Yeah.
gets me right.
Are you gonna go see Guardians of the Galaxy tomorrow?
That's to, nigga. I'm worried about getting a car. You're asking me if I'm gonna see a movie. Probably not gonna see it tomorrow. I might see it over the weekend. We'll see what happens if I have some free time. But I don't know.
I'm trying to go see Guardians of the Galaxy tomorrow, but we don't have tickets yet.
We need to get back into doing our movie reviews because there's been a lot of movies we've slacked on. Like I saw the Super Mario movie and I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Puss in Boots was great. I've watched it twice now.
It took you forever to watch it the first time just for you to agree with me.
It was phenomenal. I love that movie. I love Perito.
The what is it? What is they called?
The
emotional support dog.
Yeah.
It's my man helping people through the whatchamacallits. We need to get into the news. All right, you told me you wanted a quick episode, so let's get into the news. We've been talking about our week for a long time. I only have a little bit of news, even though it's been 2 weeks because I've been slacking with wedding stuff, of course. But let's do this. So this was an interesting one. The voice actor for Venom in Spider-Man 2 slipped up and may have accidentally told people the release date for the Spider-Man 2 video game via Twitter post. They had to delete and then was like, "Oh, it's just a joke, everybody." So yeah, he got in a little bit of trouble. That's a little tidbit, little nice one.
You know, if Tom Holland got away with it, he'll be okay.
Right. So this was the cool one because it's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
I don't know if you know this, but there was another Star Wars game coming out based off of the last one, Jedi Fallen Order, where it follows a Jedi named Cal. He is a survivor of Order 66, which was the Sith basically having a big kill list. Every Jedi was to be executed, right? All at once. And they say, like, commence Order 66. And then all the troopers just started gunning people down, and they were hunted down. Yeah, they were seen as, like, enemies of the Empire. And they were just massively murdered. Some went into hiding. Most went into hiding. No, most died. Some went into hiding. Some continued to fight, right? Mm-hmm. Cal is one of those people. And if you're Force sensitive, you're either recruited to become an Inquisitor, which is basically you work for the Empire as an evil person, or you're killed immediately. Killed on sight. So he was one of those people that went into hiding after seeing his master and friends die. And that's what Fallen Order is about. And him starting to try and find new Jedis, reestablish the Jedi Order, stuff like that, right? Jedi Survivor is the next game in there. And my man Cal grew a beard, you know, he got the drip on. He out here got multiple sword styles. It looks like they're really doing some cool stuff with the game. I haven't gotten to pick it up yet. When I have some free money, I'll fucking play it. But it's looking pretty good. It's from what I've seen on streams and stuff, it looks like a fun game. It's difficult. It's not too easy, but it's got a lot of great mechanics that allows you to switch it up. I beat the first one on the hardest difficulty, second hardest difficulty. It was a lot of fun. And I'm very stubborn in games like that. So, like, what ended up happening was there was 2 places you could go to at the beginning of the game. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to go to this one. I said, I'm going to go to this big red planet and figure it out. I spent the next 2 hours trying to fight a boss I had no reason to fight. I beat it, though. And I got mad XP. But I beat it. And, like, I learned later that I wasn't supposed to fight that. Because that thing I fought as a regular monster was a boss earlier on. In the other place. And I was like, this shit, easy. I was like, wait a minute. My friend was like, you were not supposed to go there under any circumstance. Like, how did you get to this checkpoint all the way over here? I'm like, I have a knack for getting places where I'm not supposed to be.
It's a talent. It's a gift.
So, I really enjoyed that game thoroughly.
One of the actresses from Star Wars, I think the one who plays Princess Leia, the old lady, are on the Walk of Fame today. Mm-hmm.
Really?
On May the 4th. Look at me having.
There you go. Look at you actually having news for once, bro. I'm happy for you.
You know.
Happy that you're taking this seriously for once. LOL. Other news. I saw 2 small dead birds outside of my house today. They were hairless and getting eaten by ants.
That's nasty.
You said killing what?
Killian brought me a dead bird once to play with because he was proud that he caught it.
He caught a bird.
Yeah. My baby's talented in certain ways.
Humping and catching things.
Someone's texting me.
Don't text him back. Suicide Squad has been delayed until February 2nd, 24, due to player backlash and a want for them to get the game right and have the best experience for the players. So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is the game that's coming out. It's supposed to be like a co-op team game. Mainly a shooter, I guess. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but it looks like it has potential. Looks like it could be fun. They made Captain Boomerang kind of look like he's OP as fuck, but in reality, he's just a nigga with a bunch of boomerangs.
Leave Captain Boomerang alone. Killian, oh no, it's a fly. Get it.
Where?
I don't know. Killian will find it.
But so yeah, there's that. But I'm happy that that a lot of these companies are deciding to listen to their the people who take part in their games, because it's been years where games just come out dog shit, and that's my next topic. But games come out dog shit, and they just kind of early release them before they're fucking ready to be released, and that's
They're
all it
finished,
is.
and
Yeah.
then they make you pay for the better version.
Yeah, and like one of the prime
It's
examples
about that
of
on Free Guy.
yeah, 100%. And like
Yeah.
one of the things that I guess made, so like last year we all know Elden Ring won Game of the Year. It won Game of the Year, Creative Art Direction of the Year. It won a lot of fucking awards. I think it won 7. But the reason it won all those is because it wasn't a continuation of a game like God of War. God of War is a great game, but God of War had time to build up to this, right?
Oh, God of War is like
Bless you.
super famous. I know all about that one.
Exactly,
That's-
but God of War is super famous because it did well and continued to build on that, right? Elden Ring was a standalone game made by a company that makes Dark Souls games, but it has nothing to do with any of the other games. This is its own game. This is a newborn baby that stood up like a fucking horse and said, "What's up?" Because that game, although there isn't too much dialogue everywhere, and it lets you do what you want to do, for a lack of a better term. There's no wrong way to play Elden Ring. You don't have to have, like, some people, like, you know how, like, people make videos now, like, here's the strongest, most OP thing to do in this game and get through it fast. In Elden Ring, you don't have to do that. I played through it twice. So the first time, so the first time I was going to play, I was going to do, like, a strength build, but then halfway through my strength build, I had a character that I would play offline. That was magic. That was so much more fun. So I ended up playing my magic build to my main, and I made magic and like special abilities my thing. That was so much fun. I could melt bosses. I could do a Kamehameha that would annihilate bosses like it was nothing, and it was just fun to use magic everywhere, right? Beat the game with magic. You know what I did next? I made an Asta build. It's all strength and vitality essentially, and big ass swords. And guess what? The game is still fun. Why? Because it lets you do what you want. And it's a finished game. The game is fucking huge. Like, that's why people were talking about it for months and months and months and months and months. Even though the game came out in, like, I think it was, like, February, people were playing it, talking about it, still releasing shit all the way up until, like, the early summer. Why? Because it has so much content that it's, like, you can get lost in this place. And it still has DLC coming out. Versus a lot of other games where it's like, okay, I got a piece of the story. Oh, look at that. Another piece of the story. Oh, shit. Yeah. So it's the fact that, like, a lot of people don't take the time to make a labor of love type ass game.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to my next news point. A game called Redfall came out this week. It's about hunting vampires, right?
All your news points games. I can't participate if they're all games.
You can participate, and you should do some research then. Ever think of that?
I have news points.
I would love to hear them right after this. But Redfall came out, and it is playing like shit for a lot of people. A lot of people are pissed that they paid money for this. I don't have to because I have Xbox Game Pass. I recommend you get it. It's free on there. I'm gonna give it a shot. I downloaded it, but I've heard that it's absolute dog shit. A lot, and it came out at the worst time ever. With Jedi Survivor coming out, a lot of people just want to play that. So,
right.
Go ahead. Give me a news point from you.
Okay, I have 2.
Okay.
I have to look up the young lady's name? Actually, like an old lady. But... Okay. So my first news point is I don't know if we ever talked about Jamie Foxx. So Jamie Foxx went into the hospital a few weeks back. Uh, it seems like surgery, and I just read a post maybe about for 2 days ago that he backslid. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers. I was talking to my fiance about like how talented he is, and like people do not give him his flowers. Like
He's a singer, actor. He can
he can,
dance.
he literally, he's played people like Ray Charles. He's played in the movie. He's played in The Soloist. He's back in the day. Like he's really talented, and people sleep on him. His music is great. Like
I think too many people on your Wi-Fi. That might be what it is.
maybe it
Because
could be a.
like, you said
But
it
no,
could be what?
it could be the Wi-Fi. But I upgraded it because there's so many of us in the house. Yeah.
What did you upgrade it to? Is the better question.
100 and then unlimited data.
And then, what was my next question? Does your router support it? Because if your router's not meant for it, then you're not getting the most out of it.
I should look into that. I'll ask Comcast.
If you're renting one from them, you need to tell them you want the next one up. Because if you up your package... Yeah, if you're renting it from them, if you up your package, you should up your router. Because usually they only give you what's needed, not what's good for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I need to call Comcast.
Yep. But continue talking about Jamie Foxx.
That was the end of my Jamie Foxx spiel. My other news point.
Damn, I don't get to talk about it. Shit, I know you don't have shit to say, but I'll be happy shit to say.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jamie Foxx. I like him as a creative talent specifically because he doesn't have. I don't want to say a limit, but he's like someone who can do a bunch of different characters. Look at him in Spider-Man, right? In what was it? Amazing Spider-Man 2, he played Electro, right? He started as nerdy, quirky, weird, and then when he got put into the MCU, he was like that. I'm smooth now. I'm him.
Yeah. But even in the Amazing Spider-Man, he flip-flopped between both, like, because like he would fall back into his nerdiness, and then he would be like smooth because he's Electro Man, then like go nerdy, like the range,
right?
The range.
Then there's also movies like Night Shift, which he did with Netflix. That was a good movie. I like that a lot actually. Stuff like that. Like he's a really good actor and singer, and yeah, I'm praying for him. I think he had a stroke. I believe that's what happened.
Yes, and it came out at first as complications due to surgery, and it was a stroke.
Strokes are tough to deal with, but hopefully, it gets dealt with properly. All right, what's your next news point?
So, everybody has been talking about thing. So she has a podcast.
What thing?
And she had Ebony K. Williams. She's from Real Housewives. I'm gonna explain it for you.
Oh no, it froze when you said Ebony K. Williams.
Oh, Ebony K. Williams. So they released a clip. And basically she was at a bus driver, and she said if he owned the company, like if he was, and then the person who asked the question, I don't remember who asked the question, she's pretty famous as well, also Aurora, by the way. She asked like she was just like, well, I would if he was a man, who loved God and treat me right and blah blah blah. And so then after that, she got some backlash because of the clip. And so a lot of people didn't listen to, which I hate that people don't do. They just run off clips, but that is the age. Ish, but whatever. People ran with the clip, and then she doubled what I said. Like, I'm not going to date a butt. But then she did I just heard her interview on the Breakfast Club this morning, basically saying that she values, like, why would you date somebody middle class, like if he's a good dude, blah blah blah, would you rather people put money into it, but all she was saying is the way is I'd like to date people with ambition. Sure, you can be a bus driver, but what's next? Because that's not enough to support me financially and to I am financially, and it's not what I more. I want you to own the company or invest the money in something. Like I wouldn't want you just driving a bus. For that, I say I would date a bus driver. I don't, and even if I made more money out here big balling, I don't, and this may come from the nigga in me, I don't need someone to pay my bills, or I don't need financial security from my partner because I provide that for myself. I'm looking for a partner. Like if they got it and it got more of like sprinkles on my ice cream. But what I really want is the ice cream. Like are they at least going to try to provide? Like I'm not saying you gotta make more than me, but if like the best you can do the bus driver, they get phenomenal benefits. They have phenomenal benefits. Great. I do is keep my house clean and cooking dinner. Also phenomenal. I don't want to cook anyway. Thank you. Thank you for being at home and cooking. I just think people always think that, oh, to be an empire. You have to have your empire plus my empire. And I don't think it always has to be like that. I feel like everybody has their role in their relationship. And if you play your role right, I won't say the job doesn't matter, but what the job is won't matter because you're fulfilling your role, whatever that may be. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents.
No, that's a vibe. I feel that. But pause. She's a part of a show called Real Housewives, right?
Huh?
She's a part of a show called Real Housewives, correct?
Yeah, she's from the Real Housewives.
So she's a housewife, right?
No. Apparently she's a... You know what? She is a housewife because she called herself an influencer without calling herself an influencer. She was like, I'm an activist. And I was like, influencer, shut up. Sit down.
Look, man. I ain't gonna
Like
say.
her, the way she said it, I get what she was saying. I want better for who I'm with. Like, I don't want them to just be a bus driver. I want them to understand that there are other financial opportunities out there and take advantage of them. But, like, I just feel like what's better for you may not always be better for your partner, if that makes sense. Like I could say, oh, I want Chris to be a doctor. Chris might not want to be a fucking doctor. Just because they like making meds doesn't mean they want to be a doctor or be a pharmacist. Like that might not be their passion. And who am I to be like, you gotta do more? No, you do a great job. I came home yesterday to my house smelling like bleach. You know how turned on I was to come home. My dishes were done.
Forgot you swam for years. You love the smell of chlorine.
The floors were swept and mopped. The trash was out. The living room was clean. The dog was washed. I had to do nothing. You know how that's luxury. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That is beautiful.
The nigga in you was hard as a motherfucker, huh?
My dick was so hard last night. Hard.
Hey, yo. So, I mean, I get it. I think that's something that a lot of podcasts talk about, male ambition. Men want, I think something they say a lot is men want women without a past, women want men that have a future, right? That's what we're focused on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dudes look at things like body count, who you've dated, how many people you've dated, if you're a virgin, if you're not a virgin.
Who you dated.
Yeah, shit like that. Versus women look at, what are you gonna do with the people you fucked, the people you've dated, the place you're working at. Like, if you're gonna fuck 100 bitches, you better use at least 99 of them to get somewhere in life. Like, if you go and work at this McDonald's, do you plan on owning a McDonald's? Are you gonna sell drugs on the side? Like, what is your ambitions here? Because obviously, you ain't pushing enough weight for me. Like, it's a give and take, and there's a healthy balance between the two. Every guy should have ambitions, and I think every girl. I think every person should have ambitions, but I think guys should definitely have them. But every person should also worry about their past too, to a certain degree. We are our mistakes to a certain degree. They are what make us unique and individual.
Yeah, and your past experiences make you who you are, and it shit. In some cases, hopefully you learn from them. Then they teach
Did
you a
you
lesson
learn
or
from
two.
all them dicks?
Yeah. Ask Chris. I put it to great use.
Oh, have you seen that challenge where they take girls and they be like, all right, now thrust. Come on. I do it harder than that, and like they see how long that girl can go.
So you know what's funny?
You
Chris
can't go
called me a
long.
quick pumper the other
Yup. See, it
day.
ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy putting in work.
No, don't ever say that. I have never come on this podcast and be like, niggas just finish pumping. I have always given it up since the first time I slanged dick.
Niggas giving flowers because they know the struggle.
I was like, is this what y'all be doing every time? I was like, I got tired. I took a water break. I was
And
like,
you know
look,
what people ask for nowadays? They're like, yo, I need at least a 30-minute session and 4 of them. Bro, that is like 2 hours worth of fucking right there.
who is doing that?
You know how much of my day is just gone now? Cause you still want to spend time with me afterwards. If I fuck for 2 hours, I got another 2 of just sitting somewhere.
And that was that you were tired after.
Yeah. That's not including the 30 minutes of cuddling I got to do because the disrespectful shit I just did. The things I did to you back there, it requires at least half an hour of aftercare and letting you know that I don't think you're a stupid whore.
So it is.
These are all jokes, people. I don't call Jordan a stupid whore.
I don't know. She might like.
She might. That's for me to know. And her to probably tell when she's drunk.
Her to definitely tell when she's drunk. Jordan, I was like, wow. I was like, this would be cool if this was anybody else in the room. But you're specifically in making sure that we know you're talking about my brother.
Hey, your bro slang it. Sorry.
Apparently, congratulations, you know?
Yeah, Greg.
But
Look,
yeah,
man.
I give men
I get it from the hoes in my family. I do it for the G's, damn it.
I do it for the G's.
I do it for the G's.
I give men their credit. I've been working on my stroke though, but
The secret is good quads
I
and a strong lower back.
And we also need a new bed.
All right, which one of you bastards broke it?
It's just time to get a new mattress. It kind of like caves down in the middle. So like if you are in the middle of the bed and you on your, it's immediate. Like it's immediate sinkage. It's not, you don't get.
See, now, you haven't been in enough male situations in which you need to really drill someone's shit, and their bed is not meant for drilling. Because you know what you got to do? You have to get into the right and able position where your knee is low-key almost behind them, and then your right foot, like you're taking a knee, but your leg is so far extended up them, it's halfway up their torso. And then you have all the leverage in the world. Your knee is gonna give out. I promise. It's gonna quit.
Have you met my knees?
No. It's a different type of give out. It's like, it feels like I don't have a kneecap anymore. Like, I am strictly, like, femur and wherever your thigh bone is.
There are some, like, good parts to the bed, because it's, like, because it's a canopy, because the frame is a canopy, it's great for, like, holding on, or, like...
Now who's telling too much information?
Getting a grip. I'm just saying, getting grips, holding on. You don't know what I'm doing.
Fucking. You're fucking. It's very apparent. Fucking. You just said you were gonna fuck in my house. Were you gonna tell me so I could change the sheets for whoever stays here next?
Yeah. We did it. We didn't have sex. We were too tired.
I know. Everybody went to sleep. It was a very quiet night. I was up for another hour.
Yeah. Not this time.
I was up for another 3 hours. I actually went to sleep at 3 a.m.
Yeah, we were good this time. But next time, no promises. We there for like a week.
Gross. So, got any other news points? I said gross. Well, you are whores. But you're whores for each other. Harry Potter show's in development.
Huh?
They're making a Harry Potter show.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I was just confused on how that's gonna work.
Oh, I do have another news point.
Okay.
All right. So They did a viewing for the One Piece live action.
How'd it do?
Didn't go well.
It never will. It's a live action.
It didn't go well. Apparently they're like doing reshoots now to kind of try to fix it and appease people problems. The problem is the only person who wrote a review that I saw wasn't a real One Piece fan. He just went because he was like, I'm an influencer and they invited me. And I was like, who the fuck are you? You don't watch One Piece.
They have
Like,
to. So you know they got to do that. Like, all right, I know some people don't like this show, don't watch this show. All I got to do is invite them to like average out my rates.
He was a part of the market that was like, okay, you know, like little to nothing about this. Would you like it? He's part of like that market.
Yeah.
And then of course there was a mixture of fans in the market, and he was like, oh, all of the fans are just basically like, it's not the material, like the original material, like it just looks bad, it is bad. And I was like, oh no. Not that I was hoping it was going to be good, because we all know I refuse to watch. Well, now that this is my job, I will watch the live actions to talk about how terrible they are, but I'll never watch them for my entertainment.
Watch the Rurouni Kenshin one. That one was the only live action I've seen been done good. Because Rurouni Kenshin is doable as live action, you know?
Right, because it's like swords, but that's hard. Like, you literally have to make Luffy stretch. Like, how? I mean, I know how, but how? And make it look clean.
It's not gonna. It's impossible. I think they just saw a demographic. I'm pretty sure, like, Netflix saw, like, the hype it was getting around episode 1000 or chapter 1000, and, like, all the hype it was getting. Like, yo, this is a market. We can do this. Let's do it. And it's like, no, don't do it, please.
Stop. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. It's just fine.
Honestly,
do a movie. Do an animated movie.
Get more dubbed episodes on Netflix. How's that?
Do that.
Because my friend caught up to my coworker. He caught up to the dubbed. And he's like, I can't watch it subbed. I'm like, it's great. He's like, yeah, great. But he's like, I listen to it like when I'm working and stuff, and like at certain parts I'll just look over and I can see it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Do I have another news point? Oh, it's not a news point. It's a life update. I currently have Chris watching 2 animes.
Chainsaw Man and Parasite.
No, King and Ashura.
Huh? King and Ashura?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that about the underground fighting club and shit? Like,
yes.
Corporations use people to settle disputes?
Yes.
Okay.
They, like, I was watching it, and then they saw, like, all the blood and the bone breaking, and they're like, ooh, this is good. And I'm like, it's good, isn't it?
Have you ever showed of Hellsing?
Huh?
Hellsing.
Hellsing is on my list to show them.
Come on, Alucard is like the most gender fluid person ever. He literally turns into women sometimes. And
then not just Hellsing, but also what is it called? Castlevania. You know,
they would cry at that.
I know, that's why I wanted to watch it. They cried when Pochita died. So
that's episode 1.
Yeah, tears.
I'm gonna tell you now, there's a lot sadder shit that's gonna happen in that show.
I know.
Fuck Makima. All my niggas hate Makima.
Fuck that bitch. I didn't like
someone was like, yo, I think this might be my newest waifu. I'm like, fuck her. And like, yo, wow, what she do? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you, but fuck her.
No, fuck her. And you know what's funny? When I I got to episode 2, I called Greg. I was like, do I like her? And Greg was like,
don't like her.
Because I didn't like her anyway. It was something about her.
So fun fact I've been telling people about
Power.
Power's great.
Power is great. And Power made me so mad because I liked Power like off rip. Like I loved her and Power's relationship, her and Digi's relationship off rip. And then she like fed him to the Bat Devil for her cat, and I got it, but I was like, Power, I was liking
You're gonna love their relationship after the next season.
Okay. I like their relationship already. When they were doing the training with the other
They get even closer.
And they were like, he was like, let's put on glasses, it'll make us smarter. Of course. I'm like, y'all dumb as shit. Y'all the 2 dumbest niggas I've ever met.
They get even closer after some events that are gonna come up soon.
Oh, I love how dumb they are together. Because they're both dumb together and they don't know it. Because they think they're smart. They think they're doing something. It's great.
Yeah, but fun fact about the writer, he based a lot of the female characters off of like women he had crushes. Like Makima was a woman he had a crush on in college, who was like a bully to him, but he liked it. So that's why he loves like the femme fatale. He loves like controlling women who are like really sensual and sneaky about shit. So he's really just writing his perfect fanfic.
Sorry.
Oh well, that's all I had though. So that's about the end of the episode anyway.
Cool. Perfect.
All right, that was episode 85 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. I know this was a pretty short one with all over the place type news topics and everything, but yeah, we've been a little busy, and we'll probably do like one or maybe two more episodes before the wedding. But after that, it'll be a little bit of a hiatus as we have DreamCon coming up and a lot of things to just prep in order. After the wedding, I am starting Dungeons and Dragons, and I've been saying that for a while, but the wedding is kind of taking precedent for a while. So I'm getting my group together. I know you and Heat will be two people in it. I'm trying to figure out the other women. I'm trying to see if I can get that one chick to be in it too. I think she'll add a nice spice to it. I want to have kind of 3 guys, 3 girls, team of 6, and see how it goes.
I plan on bringing back Chop It Up, but instead of doing it once a week, doing it like once every other week. But it's just a lot because we have to have guests and
no one wants to answer their goddamn emails or DMs,
yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm just trying
to put you on. And also, like when we have guests, we, as you guys know, we already have, it's hard to be like, hey, stay on for another hour because Chop It Ups are usually 2 episodes.
They're like 30 minutes, and honestly, some people are like, I can give you the hour. I'm like, fuck.
So even if we only hop on for an extra one, our episode is already long, so.
Right. But most people are like, I enjoyed this so much. When can I come back? And I'm like, you didn't even want to. You can come back anytime, but you can. But it's all good. But that's episode 85 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. I'm your host, Galaxy Greg. Be sure to follow me on my socials at Mr. Spades Awaits or Galaxy Greg, spelled GA1AXYGR3G. Be sure to follow the podcast at Be More Nerdy, spelled BMORENERDY, for any of your updates that are coming down the pipeline. Diva.
I'm your girl, Diva XOXO. You can follow me at always_the_diva on IG. Make sure to follow the pod on Instagram, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. Remember to like, share, and comment. Comment what you want to hear us talk about next. We have a couple topics lined up, but we always want to know what you guys want to hear. So,
all right. Well, go ahead. Yeah, we're always listening. This has been the Be More Nerdy podcast. Remember to be more nerds. Peace.
We out.